Hi, it's Corbie Mitleid, and welcome to Cafe Corbie. Today we're going to talk about a very popular subject, angels and spirit guides. These benevolent beings are part of virtually every culture, whether it's a Shinto priest praying to nature spirits in Japan, Native Americans connecting with their ancestors, Catholics lighting candles to saints in church, or the Mexican celebration of the Day of the Dead. There is always the yearning to connect with those on the other side in whatever form they take for love, guidance, and protection. Most of my clients ask things like, do I have my own angel? Do I have a spirit guide? Are they real, or am I just making them up? Do they ever abandon us? Do they ever refuse to speak with us? How do I even know they're there? First, here's how I understand angels and spirit guides. Do you remember those Venn diagrams in school? The way two circles would intersect, and the important part was where they overlap? Well, I want you to think of a donut. The middle is the angel energy, and the donut itself is spirit guide energy. So, all angels are spirit guides, but not all spirit guides are angels. That's why you can have both. Our guardian angels are with us from birth to death. They don't change. They're specifically with us to keep us loved and safe. They don't always give us specific guidance, but instead, if you will, have our back as we go through life. But spirit guides, they're like our teachers. We don't have the same ones from kindergarten through our PhD courses because our needs change in terms of learning, complexity of lessons, and life direction. So too do our spirit guides change as we grow spiritually. They can come in many guises: human, animal, angelic, E.T., avatar, other, things like elves, fairies, or elementals, or even simply energy signatures. In my own life, the original spirit guides who came in when my abilities broke open in 1994 were gentlemen with whom I was very close 2 incarnations ago. We were pilots together, had trusted each other with our lives in a very dangerous war, and it made sense that those I trusted then would help me through a tough beginner's learning curve this time. These guides have stepped aside now, though they remain as friends, and I still have contact with them on a very comforting level, but my main teacher now is my personal angel. My late father is also a spirit guide of sorts when it comes to assisting folks with medical challenges. Dad was a terrific and incisive internist cardiologist, beloved by all of his patients, so he's actually having a good time sticking with his former profession. The latest guide was a respected Arapaho chief in the late 19th century. With no prompting and with no outside trigger, I suddenly saw a face in my mind and was given a very specific name with specific reasons why he was coming in at that time. It wasn't a name that was terrifically famous, like Crazy Horse, Geronimo, or Sitting Bull. He was one I'd never heard of. Yet when I looked him up, he was there, with all of the information he had imparted out of the blue. And it led me to some very significant teachings about the Red Road that informed my own growth for several years. Now, how did I know I really had these people? Generally, they give me information I couldn't have known myself. At the time of his contacting me, I knew virtually nothing about the Arapaho people and their history. Yet everything this guide told me about himself was on target and verifiable, as were the reasons he chose to come to me at that time. My father uses medical terminology that I wouldn't know, and asks questions through me of my clients that I wouldn't know to ask. So in these cases, I trust that I was making a true connection. For these same reasons, though, I'd urge you toward caution if you believe you're getting someone who is famous in modern pop culture, like Princess Diana, or Whitney Houston, or Robin Williams, as a spirit guide. These figures are too well known, too much in people's consciousness now, and in a great sense too much in people's fantasy lives for you to be able to trust what you're getting. If the spirit guide said it was a famous person who is contemporary in any way, or someone you're a fan of, living or dead, I'd suggest you take everything you get with a very large grain of salt. Our desire to have our lives touch theirs in some form, even after they pass, or for us to be important to them in some way, is usually too tempting a diving board for our egos to pass up. When you can't truly recognize an angel or a guide, however, you have no reference as to who they are, it's harder to verify that they're real and benevolent in their contacts with you. In the beginning, it's vital that you question what you get. Look for logic behind what you hear, and keep detailed notes. What happens when you listen to what your guides say? What happens if you ignore the advice? Were they right, or were you? This you can trust. There are some very specific things that a spirit guide or angel will not do. If you hear these kinds of things from that little voice in your head, put it on the do not use shelf because it's not a guide or an angel. That little voice chastises you in a sharp or mean fashion, putting you down. It pumps up your ego at the expense of someone or everyone else, telling you that you're chosen, the only one to save everyone else, or other indications that you're the next Messiah. It tries to guilt you into doing something. It encourages you to do something that is illegal, immoral, harmful, or against your highest good, something your gut knows is wrong or not in your best interests. If you get anything like that, it's your ego talking to you and not anyone outside you. Ignore it. Instead, spirit guides are likely to gently guide you on spiritual growth, rather than helping you make small decisions, whether to buy the red car or the blue car, for instance, or whether to date Melanie or Jennifer. Your angels and spirit guides are here to help you navigate your time on earth to your best advantage, but you are still the one who will determine your road. Otherwise, they're short-circuiting your free will, which is the last thing they want to do. If you want to get some concrete training, I highly recommend the book Opening to Channel by Sanaya Roman and Dwayne Packer. It's the book I used when I was first learning, and it's a great grounding source. And always keep a journal of your communications. It will be not only a learning tool, but also a treasure trove of your spiritual growth in years to come. That's it for today from Cafe Corbie. We'll see you again soon.